Hi, welcome to my channel. Sorry for this shaky camera. Trying to figure out how to video myself by myself. So here we go. So today we're going to be sewing these pipings that I built onto this piece of fabric and this piece of fabric to make the bottom cushion for the camper. So let's get going on that. So first, in order to do that, let me show you the old one so then that way you know what it looks like. Old one looks like this and has these corners. This is going to wrap around the cushion and then it's going to staple to the back of the board that holds the cushion. So it needs to look like this. So in order to do that, you have to sew the piping around the bottom piece and the side piece at the same time and come all the way around like this. So then that way you get a nice, pretty edge. So here's my piece of fabric, and I'm going to grab the edge like this. Okay, I know this is the edge. Just got it pretty on this side, cut side on this side, and then you're going to take one of these like this, and then you need to find the center of this fabric and the center of this fabric, so then that way they line up together when you put it together. So in order to do that, I'm going to take the tape measure here. I'm going to measure, and then I'm going to mark the centers, so then that way I know where the center is of each piece. So this one, let's just fold it. Let's just make it easier for ourselves. You're gonna fold it in half, find the center. Okay? Fold it in half. You find the center. Mark the center fabric. Okay? Now you know where the center is on that one. Then you're going to take your other piece, which we have right here. I did have it. Hold on. Okay, the other piece, you're going to do the same thing. Mark it in the center. Like this. That. Okay? So now you know where the center is on each piece. Then, what you can do is you're going to take this piece and this piece, and you're going to line the center up. So then that way you know where each piece lands in the center. Okay? Easy peasy. So I got my clips here. This, so I can clip them together. And then at the same time, you're going to take one of these and you're also going to find the center of it. Because this also has to go in there. Find the center. Because you're also going to line up this piece. So what you're going to do, you're going to take all of the pieces that you've centered, and you're going to line them up like this. Okay? Do your middle piece. And you're also going to put it in there, like so. Piece, line it up with that, like so, and then you're going to clip it like that. See it? Okay. And then you're just going to put it all together. You're going to choose to start from the middle. Okay, and what happens is that this goes all the way around in the corner like this. So in order to do that, also you're going to want the bottom piece, the big piece, to be facing ugly side up. Ugly side up. No. Pretty side up. I did it backwards. Hold on. So you want pretty side up, and then also ugly side, pretty side to pretty side. So pretty side up on the bottom layer, small piece, pretty side down on the big layer. So the pretty sides should be touching each other. Then put your centerpiece back, because you need this. Did you do that? Okay. There it is. There it is. Then put the piping side, pretty side that you want to see later, facing towards me. So pretty side facing towards me inside the fabric, so it gets sandwiched in there. And then you're going to put it together like that. Like this. So it's all nice and done up in there. Okay. So you want to cut it enough to where it's floppy, like this, but you don't want to cut it to where you accidentally snip any of your strings, because then it'll start coming apart on you. So I got all my corners done up like this, okay? Now I'm going to do the other side. Because I'm going to start with this side, having the corners all done up like this is going to make it way easier for me to do the sides like this and the corners. So now I'm just going to make sure the other side is going to land approximately the same. And it is. Okay. So I'm not going to do the other side because it's this side that I'm going to start with. And I'm not really concerning myself with that side yet. All I need to know is that it's going to come out into a corner box pleat. And it is. It's going to turn out. And when I turn it inside out, both pieces are the right side and the piping is going to be on the outside as well. I'm going to save this side for the other side. Put that piping for the other side. Just in case you're wondering what this sewing machine is called, it's called an LSZ sewing machine from Sailrite. Once you get started, you can take out all these clips. Like, if these clips get in your way, you can take them all out. It doesn't matter after you start, because then you'll have a few stitches in to hold everything in place. For my sewing purposes, because I do better with the other foot. This foot right here is called a piping foot, but sometimes it gets a little wonky, so I'm going to change out the foot. So this foot is called a cording foot, but the one I sewed on last time was actually the zipper foot, and that actually holds it in place much better. So I'm actually going to change it to this. I'm just going to put it back in the bag that it came with, so then that way I know what foot is what foot later on. Great. So the foot is on. I'm going to pull out my bottom string. So I just put a new bobbin in there. The string goes down here. Okay, so I have my piece. All that situated. In the chair. Because this piece rides along the piping, which makes it way easier to know where your piping is between two pieces of fabric. So if this foot here rides right along the piping, then you know where your piping is at all times, and then that way you're not having to guess if it's still in between that little circle thing on the cording foot. And then as I go along, you're going to be seeing me pull these little hook things away from it so I can properly sew it down. And then I'm also going to move the needle all the way to the left, so then that way that needle rides right along that piping. Make sure everything lines up, and it does. Rattle the string. Right, so now the end result. Now that I've sewed it all together, inside out, this, and ta-da! Now you have corners. See? Isn't that cool? Look at that, boxy. Right? Isn't that cool? No, not cool. I did it backwards. No! Garbage sauce. I did it backwards. No! Oh gosh. I took it apart. No, I did it backwards. Boo. Okay. I have to start all over. Look. Ugly side. Pretty side. Now I'm standing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Okay. Start all over. It's okay. That's why you have these. So you can do it over when you make a mistake. Oh boy. That's why you always double check your work. I had it right the first time, and I thought I was messing it up, so I took it apart, and then I did it again, and then I didn't pay attention to what I was doing the first time. It's alright. It's alright. Do it again. That's okay. Try again. At least now we know sort of the concept that we're going for. Okay, so now I have it all done like this. Then you're going to want to flip it over. Make sure that the two right sides are together. And yeah, it's good. Try again. So before I get to the corner this time I'm actually going to cut this because I forgot to do it last time. So I'm actually going to do all my little baby cuts right now to get it out of the way. Being super careful not to cut these strings that I sewed my piping with. And don't worry, you won't see any of this when it comes to the piece itself. You will only see the piping. So just remember that. Don't be worried to cut it. So now I'm going to start turning my corner. Bring this up. Turning my corner. Keeping that needle down and the bottom fabric straight too. Alright, let's see if we did it this time. Okay. And it is. It's correct. Alright. See? Now pretty side matches pretty side. And we get this really cool boxed corner like this. See? On both sides. Isn't that neat? Pretty side, pretty side. Now it won't look dumb when you do the other side. Alright, so now that I've done that, now I'm going to go over it and I'm going to sew it again because it's good to put a second stitch in it second stitch in here, so then that way when you're like stretching it over stuff and everything, it won't rip, because that you don't want it to rip. That would suck. So I'm going to do it all over again, just not taking it apart this time. We're not going to take it apart. So basically you're just going to re-sew what you sewed. That way it's got a stronger stitch line all the way around, because we're going to be stretching this not only around foam but also wood to go as a seat. So we're going to do it again. But this time it's going to be way faster because you already have your sew lines and you don't have to worry about getting your corners right and all that. So we're just going to do it again. Here, hold my strings down, put my needle in, and do it again. Here we go. Sew right where we already sewed. No big deal. Right. Now that we've stitched all the way back around, I'm actually going to cut off this corner here. To make it roundy. Because why not? Alright, so now just do our corners one more time. They look really good. We didn't miss any spots. Look at that. That's what you want to make sure of too, is that you don't miss any spots to where the piping shows its ugly side. This stuff. You don't want it to show this stuff. Alright. Let me get closer. See? Doesn't that look so good? Ah! Alright, now we're going to do the other side. We're all done with this side. Yay! It looks so good. Now, don't worry about, well, I'm not going to worry about this, the fact that it's a little bit uneven, because all I'm worried about is that these two sides, this side and this side, the other side, match. You know, the piping, I cut out 2 inches of leather this way, so it's 2 inches wide, so then that way the little rope can go in between. The little rope, see it? 2 inches wide, And then that way when I sew it, it'll be sewn right across that rope. And then when I sew it and sandwich it in between the two pieces of material, this edge will be lined up with the edge of the material on the outer. And then the piping side, the pretty side, will be inside the fabric when you sew it. But I made it 2 inches, so then that way it gives me enough room to sew it on each side. So then that way it's not too close to the edge, and then when I turn the corner, it gives me a lot of edge to have, so I don't mistakenly not sew it together. Because if you have too little piece right here, if it's too short, it gets too close to this, and then you won't have enough room to turn the corner and sew it. Alright, so we've come up to our corner, and I know that the corner is approximately right here, so I'm going to use the scissors to make all these cut lines in there to make it easier to turn the corner. Now, if you wanted to, you could I think my phone's gonna die. I don't know why it got dim. So we're gonna come over here and turn the corner, and I'll see you when I'm done. We're going to do basically the same thing that we did on the other side. Ouch. Oops. Stick. Okay, guys, this is what it looks like. Put a towel on it already. This is what the couch looks like so far. It's the bottom. Doesn't it look gorgeous? So awesome. It looks so nice. And the small piece is going to go there, and the backer piece is going to go here when it's done. It looks amazing. Alright. I'll see you guys next time. Tune in for the next video. Bye.